Okay guys, we're back in Gibsland here. This is the gas station where the Texas Ranger Frank, I forgot his last name, we'll see here in a second, came in after the great ambush about 7 miles down the road towards Bienville over on Louisiana County Road 154, I believe. And Bonnie and Clyde met their demise. This apparently was the nearest phone for Frank to get to, so he drove all the way back from Bienville to Gibsland here to use the payphone. So this is the gas station where he made that phone call from. And as you can see, it's had better days. It's falling apart. Nobody's taking care of it. Got the old tin roof up here near the drive-through. Pretty cool. And then here's a little sign designating the historic spot. It says historic site. From this payphone where you are standing, Texas Ranger Frank Hammer called Colonel Lee Simmons and said, "Then job is done. Bonnie and Clyde are dead. The bodies will be in Arcadia, but none of the officers were injured, and it's over." Little did the officers realize that the real story would live forever. The station was owned by James Durham. You can see now it's long since been closed. Pretty cool little decal on the door here. Let me take a peek inside. You really can't see much. All right, so the museum's just around the corner here. We'll go step off and check out the museum.
I own the museum, the cafe, and the gift shop, and we're working on my intention is to put a hotel next door.
Everybody's interested in the background story, so what can you tell me?
Well, this is this building you're standing in was the drugstore back then. The museum is where Ma Canfield's cafe was. Clyde and Bonnie had ate here several times, but the morning they were killed, they did happen to stop by and get 2 sandwiches to go. They didn't come in for donuts and coffee or a burger, and it's all kind of stories out there. Bonnie didn't even come in. She couldn't walk by that time.
It was nighttime. He wasn't paying attention, and he didn't notice the road was closed because the bridge that was there was gone, and they were building a new bridge. And they went flying over the embankment into the riverbed here. This is the actual bridge that they were building at the time, which is now closed. And this was the result. They flipped the car over, it crashed, and there was a combination of battery acid and fire that burned Bonnie's leg. She was screaming. WD would later say that it was laid open. You could see the bone in her leg, and she would be crippled pretty much for the rest of her life.
Clyde came in and he got him a fried bologna sandwich with a slice of onion and got Bonnie a BLT. And they left here and were dead 10 minutes later.
Wow.
The museum's got all kind of authentic things back there. We don't have the real car. We have a replica car.
Okay.
But our car was shown as the real car for 55 years. So it's very convincing, but it's not the real car.
Okay. Where is the real car?
Whiskey Pete's Casino in Primm, Nevada owns it.
Okay.
It could be there, or it might be across the street at Buffalo Bill's Casino, but Whiskey Pete's bought it in 1988 for $250,000.
Jeez.
Yeah, they paid way too much for it because in 1987, the casino that owned it at that time cleaned it out. They put new upholstery in it, new glass.
Oh, so it wasn't original.
They ruined the car.
Yeah.
Whiskey Pete should have never paid $250,000 for it. About 10 years ago, they were offered $2 million cash for it, and they turned it down. It just goes to show you got more money than brains. The car is not worth $4 million. That's what he said he wanted for it.
Boy.
So obviously he just wants the car. It's certainly, without their blood stains, it's just a car with a bunch of bullet holes in it.
So where did they end up? I was at the ambush site yesterday, and where did they end up getting buried? Where did
They're buried in Dallas. She's in right at the moment. She's in Crown Hill Cemetery, but I believe they're fixing to move her and put her in Western Heights next to Clyde. They've been to court. Paperwork's been signed. We're just waiting on a date.
Okay.
So when they put her next to him, it's going to be to me, it'll be a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
You know, they are legend now. Regardless of what you think about them or whatever, they're still legends. People go to Dallas to see their graves. They're probably the 2 most visited graves in Dallas.
Yeah. Perry, right?
Yep.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for stopping in.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take it. Go on in there. I paid my $10. So, yeah.
Go right ahead.
Thanks again.
Yeah, enjoy it. Don't let nothing throw you.
Well, here we are, guys. That's Bonnie there. It's a cool picture there. Public Enemy. These were the officers, I guess, that took them down. You see their pictures down at the ambush site. Oh, wow, they were pretty young. That's Clyde, and there's Bonnie. And as Perry told us, they're going to exhume her body and move her to Dallas, where Clyde is buried. Kilgore News. Clyde Barrow. Bonnie and her former husband. Rory Thornton. You guys are anxious to see that car. Perry had said that this is not the original car. The original car is actually Nevada somewhere, owned by a casino. But for 50 years, this was touted as the original car in one of the museums. Here we go, guys. Let's check it out. They lay in waiting for him. Getting ready to take them out. There's the machine guns and whatnot. Riddled with bullets. Yeah, wow. I imagine it was a pretty horrific sight seeing this. Say, Clyde's weapon of choice was sawed-off shotgun. He also liked the whippet gun or the Colt 45. Weapon of choice. Plenty of bullet holes. Plenty of bullet holes. Holy smokes. These are pictures of the original car, the actual car. Ooh. And that was actually this car. And it was seen in the movie. 1967 Warner Brothers picture with Bonnie and Clyde. Starred Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway. There's the boys waiting in the bushes. Gonna get them. Gonna get them, and they got them. Both lay. Clyde Barrow was on the embalming table at Conacher's Undertaking Parlor in Arcadia, Louisiana. And Bonnie Parker in death viewed at the Dallas Deputy Sheriff Bill Decker, Conger's Undertaking Parlor also in Arcadia. Yeah, they didn't have much of a chance against all those machine guns. Copy of their death certificates. Pretty crazy, guys.
For 3 days and nights, these officers lay in wait on this road, but Bonnie and Clyde were wary.
On the 23rd of May, the officers stopped Henry Methvin's father as he drove up the road. He was handcuffed to a tree and his truck left by the roadside as a decoy. On the third day, a tan-coloured Ford V8 turned into the road.
It looks like a car, fellas.
The police recognised Clyde as the driver.
That's him for sure, I'll guarantee you. Get ready now.
As Clyde saw Methvin's truck, he slowed down. The police prepared to open fire.
That's him, fellas. If he reaches for it, let him have it. Look down!
The car stopped, riddled with bullets. This film, taken just a few minutes after the shooting, is not a reconstruction.
Here is Clyde Barrow and Bonnie Parker, who died as they lived, by the gun. Bonnie is seen leaning against Clyde. Clyde was a master gunman. Seldom did anyone ever live when Clyde got the first shot.
There were a pistol and a shotgun ready on the floor of their car. But the ambush had taken the couple by surprise.
Okay guys, we're at the official Bonnie and Clyde ambush site. This is where the officers held up in the woods and the brush and stuff. Obviously it's been widened since the day. But then they had a friend flag them down, a trusted friend flag them down. As soon as they pulled over, why, they jumped out of the brush and shot them up. So this is where it all happened and took place. We're in Bienville Parish. So it says this site, May 23rd, Clyde Barrow and Bonnie Parker were killed by law enforcement officers. You see people have left things and coins and whatnot here for them. Another marker here. On this site, May 23rd, 1934, at 9:15 a.m., the infamous outlaw Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow met their demise at the hands of these dedicated law enforcement officials. I got a picture of them here. Lest we forget these brave and vigilant conservators of peace. Front left is Deputy Sheriff Robert Alcorn, Bienville Sheriff Henderson Jordan, and Texas Ranger Captain Frank Hammer. The back left, Deputy Sheriff Ted Hinton, Chief Deputy Prentice Oakley, and Texas Ranger B.M. Galt. So yeah, and we'll check out the museum and whatnot. There we go, guys.